Hey, it's Mother Diva, honey. I said, you know what? Let me weigh in on some of this stuff that's been going on. I got me some horchata and I put some Evans Williams whiskey in it or something. I don't know. You know, it's little $1.25 things. And I was up here at the griot, and honey, they have some really good horchata. You know, horchata is hard to find. No, let me say this: good horchata is hard to find in the south suburbs. I live in the south suburbs of Illinois, and there's a place called Cilantros. They have really good horchata and griot on Lincoln Highway. They have some good horchata. Let me see what this tastes like with the honey. I got some of that honey whiskey. Mm. Oh, baby, this is hallelujah. In case you guys are just tuning in, I am the fabulous Mother Diva, the Madam Ambassador of house and electronic dance music. And it's been a long time since I did a live so you on YouTube. So normally I'll go live on Facebook, sometimes on Instagram. I am going to be making an Instagram video about Quincy Jones because y'all Michael Jackson fanatics. Okay, and I'm not talking about the ones that make are logical, that have sense enough to be able to discern. I'm talking about the ones that eat, sleep, breathe, dream. Michael is Jesus, all of that. Michael Jackson, my husband, honey, but he's not Jesus. Joshua, that Jesus, that's my other husband. That's my husband. I got two husbands, boyfriend, and Ozone is my boyfriend. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, so yes, I'm gonna have to get them people together because you're not going to be sitting up here dragging Quincy Jones and talking about Quincy Jones and saying all these negative things about Quincy Jones. Mr. Jones is 91 years old. He deserves our respect. And I would get into that on Instagram. But let me tell you guys what's been going on with me. This is good. Mm. Y'all need to get some horchata and either put some Jack Daniels honey in it or the Evans Williams. Well, see, the Jack Daniels is $3.50. The Evans Williams was $1.25. So it's hard to come by nowadays. Okay, so I'm still Cash App, Zelle, Venmos, the PayPal's, the sponsorships come in for all the stuff that I've been doing. So anyway, let me tell y'all. So I was out of town. I just got back from Los Angeles. I went to LA for the 15th anniversary of Michael Jackson's Dancing into the Spirit. As we all know, June 25th, 2009 is when Michael Jackson took off the flesh and entered into the spirit world, or some say heaven. Yes, I do know for a fact that he is in heaven. He's in certain levels in his heavenly state because he still had work to do. So he's growing in the spirit. He's 15 in the spirit now. So imagine a 15-year-old running around dancing, carrying on. Okay, so let me tell you what I did, because there's two liars out there that's trying to lie on my husband and lied and said that he did all these things when they lied. So what I did was I wanted to make sure that my husband was honored the right way. So I reached out to the Glendale City Council, because Forest Lawn, where he's allegedly buried, and I don't believe he's in there from what I heard. And I'm very close to family and friends. Some members of the family, some family members I don't really talk to, some I don't like, some don't like me, I don't care. Um, because I keep it real. So like a lot of times when you are connected to celebrities, because I look at it like this, I'm a celebrity too. Okay. I have my own holiday. Hello. Sometimes they think that, they could just say and do whatever they want to, and then you ain't gonna curse them out. But I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna curse you out. So anyway, let me tell you what I got done. I wanted June 25th to be declared Michael Jackson Remembrance Day, because that is a day of remembrance of when he took off the flesh, but also we continue his legacy. So I went to the Los Angeles City Council, District 14, Kevin DeLeon. And if you live in his district, please vote for him. And let me show you. this is what we got done. See, so it's a certificate of, what does it say? Certificate of tribute, Los Angeles City Council, Michael Jackson Remembrance Day, signed by Kevin DeLeon. Now, Kevin DeLeon, and that was the district that the Thriller video was shot in, okay? But more importantly, let me show you. The city of Glendale, and we had a whole, I'll tag the video so you guys can see it. Let's see which one. Okay, let me show you this one first because they gave me a copy. Okay, so this is official document signed by Mayor Ellen Estrayon. As you can see, it says Michael Jackson Remembrance Day, June 25th. So now they made a copy for me as well, because I got to send that over to his mother, Miss Catherine. I want to make sure she has that. So this is my copy. You see, it says Thriller Dance 2300, Valencia Dance, La Mother Diva. Thriller Dance 2300 is my nonprofit. That supports Gary, Indiana. And while I was there, I also, let me see here. Okay, wait a minute. I want to make sure that I show y'all all the, okay. I think the first one I showed you was the 40th anniversary of Thriller, but I'll show you some more stuff. The city of Long Beach, I got the city of Long Beach to honor Papa Taco, who was in the movie Breaking and Breaking 2. And the mayor came out, Rex Richardson, honey, the mayor of Long Beach is fine. I said, oh, look at him. And so we got Papa Taco honored. So this is what I do. I get impactful people honored. I'm a liaison to national legislators. What I showed you, the first one was the 40th anniversary of the Thriller short film. They gave me that in December. But I'll do another live and show you the other one. But it's posted on my face. If you go to Thriller Dance 2300 on Facebook, you'll see it there. Mother Diva's house. I'm posting a lot of stuff. I'm getting a lot of stuff in LA because I've just been real busy. So anyway, I want to get into some stuff that's been happening. Honey, I come home. Now, see, I'm just tell you. Here's the thing. Baby, this is hitting. Baby, this is, ooh, hallelujah. Horchata with Evans, what is it? Evans Williams, or whatever the person's name is. It's one of them little cheap whiskeys. But to get to Jack Daniel honey, this got honey in it too. Woo, honey, I'm feeling that. So I want to show y'all my shirt. You see, this is one of my commandments. Thou shalt not try me. Don't try me, bitch. Okay. So I come home from LA and I'm just going over what's been happening. I'm turning on the TV, looking at the different things on the YouTube and all this. And TGIF has been canceled. I said, what? I could not believe it. Now, see, here's the thing. When I was in LA, I was still connected to social media and YouTube. I don't know why I didn't see it. I guess because I was so busy. Honey, let me tell you something. In 4 days, I got Michael Jackson honored, I got Papa Taco honored, and State Senator Durazo, who's the 26th district over there. That's where Turbo did the broom dance on the corner of Melrose and Heliotrope over there. I wrote a bill. It's called the Safeway Perjury Bill. It's a no statute of limitations on perjury. The bill has been submitted and it's being considered. So I'm very excited about that. And then all of the certificates that Senator Durazo did to honor Breaking 40, because I was in LA in May for Breaking 40. Honey, I got over 200,000 hits in the breakdance community. And I want to thank all of the street dancers and especially Charles, who's a Pop and Taco tribute artist. He couldn't make it because he was he had to work, and I wanted to talk to his boss. I said, "Excuse me, okay, I don't care who you are, honey. When it comes to stuff like that, no, you see, I don't want to tell somebody to quit their job, but I almost told them, honey, quit your job. We'll get you another job. Forget that. You got to be here for taco." But I understand how it is. Anyway, TGIF has been canceled. Um, there were some internal things going on. Armand Wiggins did a roast of Al Reynolds, and it's so much commentary about it. I said, well, you know what? I need to weigh in on this. So I did. I watched an interview, and I got to go back and watch it in its entirety. Um, but I watched an interview that Claudia Jordan did with Carlos King. And Claudia and I are colleagues. I met Claudia in 2016 at this janky ass Black Women's Expo. I don't even want to get into that because that's a mess. And I served that expo for 15 years. I got house music up in there, and they some ungrateful trolls. But I don't want to digress into that. I'm gonna do another live on that. I'm gonna start going live more often, just giving my commentary, not doing no special effects, anything like that, unless I'm set up for it. But just to do something like this. So anyway, I saw this interview that Claudia did with Carlos, and I sent her a text message, and I just wanted to check on her because let me tell you something. When I first met Claudia Jordan, there's some interviews, and I'll put the link of an interview that I did with her. It was just something about her that I felt like I needed to protect, and I just embraced her. We're both biracial, and she and I. If you guys go on Facebook, I have a space for mixed race entertainers. It's actually for mixed race public figures. So if you're famous and you're mixed race, that's a space for you. It's called BAM. BAM stands for Biracial Actors and Musicians Movement, and it's a safe space that I created for mixed race public figures. So Claudia is her mother's Italian, her father was African American or Black or whatever. I don't know how to classify that. I mean, there's so many different names. A lot of people say, well, I'm not African American because I wasn't born in Africa and came to America, but you have African roots. And I mean, it's like, what do you say? So person of color, but person of color can be Spanish. And, it's like, you don't know what to do or say about this stuff. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that she was okay. Now, let me tell you, I love Claudia. I think that she's very misunderstood at times. And I also feel that, and I've had this conversation with her in the past, and I just feel that she has been bullied a lot, and people have pressured her and bullied her and tried to test her Blackness. And I just think that is so unfair to treat her like that. And then at times she almost falls into these situations where she has to prove her Blackness, and it's like, baby, and I've told her, I said, listen, just be who you are. Just be authentically Claudia. And I even told her, I said, in the text message, I said, honey, listen, you should name you a show. Name your new show Authentically Claudia. Just be who you are. Okay? I am multiracial, mixed race, and I am proud of all of it. My great-grandmother's from Ireland. My great-grandfather's from England. My grandfather was Native American. He's part Cherokee. And other tribes. I don't remember what the other tribes are. I got to do my, DNA to 21, whatever it's called. So I have to do that. And then my father is, I don't like to say black, red, white, because those are colors. So some people say black or African American or whatever. So that's my dad. That's that. So, and I'm actually second generation mixed race because my mother is mixed. So my mother is part Caucasian and Native American. And so I'm second generation multiracial. But anyway, be proud of that. I mean, we are a rainbow of cultures. and it's beautiful, and embrace that. And let me just say this: I did apply to replace Funky Dineva, who I love and respect, um, and I basically, shared my thoughts and my feelings on the show because I'm a producer, and I feel that content and the way the show is put together, we all should be giving our best, and making the shows as spectacular as possible and giving it life. And I even, when I had applied, I said I was willing to take a pay cut because I would bring in some sponsors, and I would like to bring sponsors in. As a matter of fact, what would have really been awesome, and if, in the title I talk about NASCAR, um, we are celebrating 40 years of house music being professionally released. House music started before 1984, but the first house music record, which was this janky ass record called On and On. Yeah, I said what the fuck I said because Vince Lawrence is a fucking thief. And I will be doing another commentary on that. So Vince Lawrence, Jesse Saunders, and some people in house music. I normally don't name names, but I'm gonna go ahead and name names because I'm gonna be talking about Vince Lawrence at another time. That's a time and a date for that because I'm gonna beat his ass. I've already set things up with the police to turn myself in after I get through kicking his ass, but that's a whole nother story. So anyway, that song was commercially released. Okay, because see, before 1984, house music was experimental. It was born from disco, and so people were just handing out. They were doing all these little mixes and experimenting with different sounds on their little equipment and just passing tapes. Back then, we had cassette tapes. You know, Memorex and TDK, and it was tapes you got $3, $4 in the cassette package and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, NASCAR, there was a partnership with NASCAR, and I want to congratulate everyone who participated in House Music's 40th anniversary at NASCAR. NASCAR had a stage for house music, and I think the way they did it, in my opinion, I feel that it was too early in the morning. It was from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and that could have worked in certain situations. But I think it should have been later on in the day, and it should have been down in Butler's Field where would have been more people. But nonetheless, they did it. It was beautiful. I'm happy everybody, it was like a reunion. Um, I did not go. And the reason I didn't go was because it was some bullshit mess with Vince Lawrence and his craziness. So, and I could have stayed in LA because I rushed back home, just for that. And then it was all this craziness. So I didn't want to go down there and it cause a scene and the police and get into a fight with folks. So I said, you know what, I'll just leave it alone and I'll go live and talk about it because, Vince has been shitting on people for years. And, you're not going to shit on me and get away with it, because I may be a female, I may be 5'1", I'm a big girl, but I would beat your ass. Okay. Okay. And I'm not, I'm not trying to box you like that. No, I'm coming with shit, parking meters, poles, baseball bats and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to use my fists. Okay. Because I want to really, really fuck you up, because this is the problem in house music. Motherfuckers in house music are punks. See, they don't fight for shit. All these lawsuits, motherfuckers be stealing shit from them. That's why hip hop is bigger than house because they will kill, fight you, go to jail, die for it. And see, I'm the Madam Ambassador of house and electronic dance music. So obviously it's got to be me. I got to be the one to fight for it, go to jail, kill, die for it, whatever. It don't make me no difference because I know what's living in me. I know that Yahshua, the Holy Spirit, Jesus live in me. Okay, so whatever happens to me, I'm going to be fine. But I don't want to digress into that because that's going to be other lives and other things. And I'm going to upload it to YouTube. But anyway, I just want to say that I'm sorry to hear about what happened with TGIF. I think that, let's take the high road and wish everybody well, and let's be positive. I'm certainly interested in working on Fox Soul in any capacity in terms of hosting, co-hosting, or doing some little shows here and there. Um, Going back to what I said about NASCAR, I think it would have been great if I would have been hired to do something or even do like a guest spot or something once a week, because imagine Fox Soul, NASCAR, house music, all of that could have came together. It would have been wonderful. So I'm the kind of person that believes in supporting my network. So whatever network hire me, I want to be that salesperson and bring in sponsors. But I need to get 50% of my sponsors. Whatever sponsors I bring to a show, I won't have. That's how I work. Or you just want to pay me a salary and I don't bring no sponsors, fine. But if I work on a show, I want to bring sponsors that I know that's willing to pay, advertisers. Because the thing with me, I have sponsors where I'm at Daily Plaza, which is our court building downtown Chicago, and I get sponsors here and there, and that covers the cost of production. I pay my DJs, I pay for their parking, I feed them, I take care of my people, because I believe you should take care of your people. They do you a service, you do them a service. You have to provide quality customer service. And again, Michael Jackson, that's my husband, and I'm a follower of him, and I believe that he did it. He did it right. He did, in terms of entertainment and his business and things like that, top notch. His shows, top notch. That's what Beyonce learned it from. Her shows are amazing. She puts her work ethic. You gotta have a work ethic, and you're not seeing that a lot in this industry. So, I don't know what is going to happen with Fox Soul, but I'm certainly available um, to work with you all in any capacity. I have a lot of ideas about shows. Um, Hopefully, Claudia and I can get together on the live and talk and chat and be our little mixed race sisters. If you go to BAM, she gave me permission to put her picture up there. So I have a collage, and I'm working on another collage for BAM. Um, in the news feed, you may see stories, of different stories about people. That's press, so it's freedom of the press. But my collages, I ask permission, even if the person is deceased. I still ask permission, because I'm gonna do a collage of mixed race people who have passed on, like Shabadoo, um, Lena Horne, some of the other people who have passed on. I did not know that Ronnie, I can't think of her last name right now, with the Ronettes. I had no idea she was mixed race. I did a whole little thing on her. Be my little baby, you know, just like Ronnie said, be my little baby. Yeah, I liked her. Her cousins, the Ronettes, they're all mixed. One of them is still living, so I definitely want to talk to her. Um, but I'll tell you something about being mixed race. We celebrated, I believe, this was in 2022, I think. We celebrated the 15th anniversary of us having a category on the data sheets. When they have the race data sheets and you got to check off whatever race you are, they have a category called two or more races. That came out in '07. And there was a lady who fought for that. And I felt so included, because I remember, just like they want you to check one, but you can't. And I remember my brother, one of my brothers, because I have another brother that's allegedly my brother, I don't know, but the one that I know that's my brother, we don't get along. We don't talk. I don't talk to either one of them. But we used to check black, white, and Indian. We checked all three, So, um, but because I mean, you don't want to deny that. You feel weird, just saying you're one thing when you know that you're not. So anyway, so I wish everyone well from Fox Soul. I am here. I'm available. I wish Al the very best. I wish Armand the very best. I wish Claudia the very best. I'm sure that they will prevail and go on to greatness and do great things. This is the entertainment industry. Shows don't last forever. I mean, eventually Saturday Night Live will come to a close. It may have been on the air since Moses was in the third grade, but eventually it's gonna be gone. So this is what happens in entertainment. Let me tell y'all something. I've been in the entertainment business, the entertainment industry for 50 years. The first time I walked out on stage, I was 3 years old. I am 53 now. So I have been entertaining people or being in the entertainment industry or show business, as my husband Michael Jackson liked to say, since I was three, for 50 years. Professionally, it's been about 35 years. But then it's hard to say because when I was 6 years old, I played an Israelite in the Passion Play. That was a professional play. Okay, so, but let me say this. Then when I was 12, I took classes at, at the Jewish Community Center, and we wrote, produced, and directed our own little shows that went on cable access. And then when I was 17, I moved to LA, and I lived in LA for 11 years. I got my first professional job in 1989, and I was a casting assistant to Maria Fanaka. Maria Fanaka was the wife of Jamal Fanaka, who made the penitentiary movies back in the 80s. So, and then the next year, in 1990, I was a wardrobe assistant for the group Troop. And things kind of grew from there. But also, I had to go back to 87. I was a theater production assistant on a play back in 87. So, like, I've been all over the place doing stuff entertainment wise. But this is what I want to say. Because now I want to move on to Miss Netta and Charles and this BET fiasco. Okay, so here's the deal. There are all these stories about Miss Netta and Charles, Miss Netta being detained, being put in handcuffs, arrested, all this. I don't know. I was actually in LA during that time, but I was so busy with what I was doing. I wasn't even trying to go to the BET Awards. I wasn't trying to do any of that, red carpets, all that. I didn't need to do that because I was busy with other stuff. You know, I was focused on trying to get back home so I could do all of what I needed to do and prepare myself for future events. I have some Daily Plaza events coming up. And so that's, that was important. But let me say this, and I want to offer some advice to Miss Netta and Charles. Okay, so because like I said, I've been in the entertainment industry for 50 years. And first of all, when it comes to the BET Awards, you can buy tickets to the BET Awards. In fact, you can buy tickets to all of these award shows except for the Grammys. The Grammys is private. You got to be a member. And I was a former member of the Grammys, and I have been there before. In 2012, if you go on go through my feed, you will see me at the Grammys. And I was actually on the green carpet talking to the non-televised nominees. They're Grammy nominated, but their categories are not televised. And I did an interview with Lauren Story, who was nominated for Best Christian Song, and she actually won. So there are a lot of categories in the Grammys that you don't see on TV because the Grammys is a closed community. It's industry voting for industry, but that's another story. So I think that Miss Netta kind of maybe jumped the gun and said she was going to be on the red carpet and all this. And maybe that was the intent. I mean, I don't know what the communication breakdown was in terms of her having a communication with people who she connected with for her to come to LA. She kept telling a story about hair and makeup at a hotel and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what happened, but just for future reference, I think that because her and Charles have become these internet sensations and have just blown up, I think that it would have been great if she has a spokesperson like a publicist, a manager, a talent agent, or somebody who can guide their career, and they get in contact with BET and say, hey, listen, it would be really great if Charles and Netta could be on a red carpet interviewing people or talking to people or just being, a stapler there or something like that. I mean, I think that there was some kind of communication breakdown because you can't just go to the BET Awards and think you're gonna get on the red carpet. I don't want to assume anything because I don't know what happened. I have not seen any police reports posted. And I'm certainly not going to take the time and call the police and talk about Freedom of Information Act and I need the police report for Joe getting arrested. I don't have time for that. I let some other blogger do that. I'm not going to do it because it's not that important to me, you know. But I'm just saying, in case Netta and Charles, is watching, and this is no tea, no shade. I'm not, trying to be nasty or anything. I'm just saying, next time, make sure things are set up appropriately so you can be on the red carpet wherever you go. There are other award shows coming up. So there are other opportunities, but all of that stuff has to be cleared. And a lot of times things are cleared weeks in advance. So anyway, so I want to talk about T.S. Madison because lately Maddie has really been reading folks, honey. Folks has been really pushing Miss Maddie's buttons. And I think that T.S. Madison is the epitome of opulence. I love her. And I think she's wonderful. I think she has a great heart. She does a lot in her community to help people. And I appreciate that. Maddie, if you're watching, I'm a very close friend to Jamaica Jatoy, Jamaica Carter. I've known Jamaica 30 years. And I believe she had reached out to you about me coming on the show. And I definitely would love to come on your show and share my viewpoint because I am trying to get a no statute of limitations on perjury bill passed, federal and in the states, because people goes into court of law, they lie, okay, and they should go to jail for that, and that's a whole nother story. But Maddie, I love you, and listen, let me just say this to you. Do not let these people get under your skin because here's the thing. You will spend the rest of your life reading folks that got something nasty or negative to say about you. Just let it go, as long as it's not too far to the left, because sometimes you do have to read somebody and get them together because I've had to do that and I get it. But like I had made a comment on your post about Tasha K, I said, look, do not let, and I'm saying this for everybody that's watching, do not let anybody live inside your head that ain't paying no rent. Okay? Don't allow those people into your mental space. You don't need your blood pressure up, your cholesterol, all that. You don't need all of that shit. Leave them people where they at. Because you know what? At the end of the day, something gonna happen to them. See, let me tell you something. I am a strong believer in whatever you put out, you get back tenfold. You put out good, you get back tenfold. You put out bad, you get back tenfold. You put out indifference, you get it back tenfold. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back. That's just the way it is. Okay? And you got all these evil, satanic people out here running around doing all this dirt, lying, stealing, thieving, cheating, and doing all this kind of stuff. And you think, oh, they just running around doing all this stuff and living their best life, and they ain't never got caught. And then all of a sudden one day, they have a heart attack. They have a stroke. They get kidney cancer. They get liver cancer. Something bad happened to them. And that's because of all the shit they did. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that people out here that have strokes, heart attacks, kidney disease, and all that kind of stuff is because they did something fucked up and that was their punishment. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm talking about the ones that it do happen to that they did that. Okay? So don't nobody get away with nothing. See, let me tell you something. Everywhere you go, you take yourself with you. Everywhere you go, you take yourself with you. So don't even trip on that. And I know it's hard because you have all these people saying all this stuff. Listen, let me tell y'all something. There was a page that I used to be a part of called Deep House Page. Dumb people dragged me from one end of the universe to another. Had me wrapped up in tampons and all this kind of stuff. They did all kinds of stuff. And you know what? I just sat there and laughed at it. It was funny as fuck. I did not let that shit bother me. Only sometimes some of it did bother me when if it was a lie. If somebody lied on me, if you lie on me, yeah, that bothers me. But other than that, I don't care what people say about me. I love me. I know me. Yahweh knows me. People who love me, people who are a part of my life that know me, I'm fine with that. Okay? Me, myself, and I, honey, I am just fine with all of it. This shit is so good. But anyway, so let me make sure I covered everything. I talked about TGIF. Shouts out to Claudia, I love you. I talked about Maddie. Maddie, I love you. I look forward to coming on your show. And I talked about Charles and Netta, and I wish them well. Just make sure that you stay organized and get the right people and educate yourself on this business. Educate yourself on the entertainment industry. Learn how all these things work because, honey, people will come and tell you anything. They'll just, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that and we're gonna, yeah, okay, write the check. Where's the money? They say all this stuff. I want to also give a shout out to Tiffany Red because I love her with the 100%. I all this. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I am fierce, okay, and I can write songs. I've written songs. I have songs that I've written. Most of my stuff is novelty because I like to do a little comedy stuff. But I'm not. You can't come to me, for me writing a song and all this royalties. No, no, you gonna pay me my money up front. Ain't no deposits because I don't trust you. You're not gonna give me half up front, half when it's done. No, you're gonna give me all my money. Okay. I'm gonna keep my publishing. And if I wanna write something to give it away, like my thing is this. If I got to give you anything, you're gonna pay a pretty penny to take it from me. Cause I'm only gonna write hits. I'm only gonna do hits. I only do stuff that's gonna be a hit. I'm gonna always be number one because my husband's number one. So I gotta be number one. Okay, so that's just who it is. Okay, so anyway, let me see. It says 37 minutes. All right, so I will see y'all in the next live. I'm gonna finish this up and I'm gonna go dream about the king of pop with his bad ass, honey. You see, y'all didn't know what bad stood for. Bad stood for big ass dick. Baby, Michael Jackson dick was huge. Woo, baby, thick as long as a CVS pharmacy receipt. Yes, it was. Hallelujah. And I'll see y'all in the next live. Bye-bye.